Hey everyone, welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage on this Monday, October 28th, 2024. And in this weather forecast, we're going to be talking about some active weather that'll be brewing across the middle of the nation as we go through this week, with potentially some severe weather returning to the picture, some snowfall as well. And we're going to be going through your Halloween forecast into this video and looking at the tropics at the very end. So an action-packed video for you folks. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for the latest weather information right at your fingertips. Make sure to turn on the post notification bell so you get my latest videos and live streams as they are posted. Like the video, give it a thumbs up down below, especially if you do enjoy it. Also, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below, and of course, we'll get to those after the video. What you're looking at is your low temperature map waking up this morning, and we saw some patchy frost, some freezes across portions of the Northeast down into the mid-Atlantic this morning. Same thing with some patchy frost and freezes in southwestern Canada and the Pacific Northwest this morning as well. The mild air is in the middle of the country, and that is setting the stage for our next storm system. Here is a ridge of high pressure across the eastern U.S. And typically with a ridge of high pressure, you have drier air, so you have more sunshine, and that sunshine goes to work in warming our temperatures up. And then across the west, we have a very potent trough coming in. You can see the dip in the jet stream here in the blue shaded colors indicating a trough. And typically with a trough, you see more cloud cover, unsettled weather, so typically that brings our temperatures down below normal with a trough. So looking at our temperatures today, yes, with the trough, our below normal temperatures will be across the west and the Pacific Northwest and on up into western Canada as well. Out ahead of that ridge of high pressure, lots of sunshine in play here, so that will help in warming our temperatures up, especially with the areas in drought as well. So drier ground heats up faster. We'll see that as we go through today. Record high temperatures are in the cards for portions of the central, southern plains into the lower Mississippi Delta region this afternoon, with temperatures well into the 80s and yes, even some low to mid 90s out there this afternoon. And honestly, it's going to be very nice up across the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic today. Temperatures in the 60s and the 70s there too. So definitely get out and enjoy it whenever you can. Looking at precipitation this afternoon in those areas that have those record high temperatures, or at least above normal temperatures today, will be bone dry. So again, get out and enjoy it. Our big trough coming in across the west, going to be bringing in some rain and some snow, especially to the Cascades here this afternoon and into tonight. We're going to be seeing some of that snowfall working into the western Rockies as well. And it's going to be pretty light precipitation over the next 12-24 hours. This goes through Tuesday, October 29th, and really not seeing much precipitation out west with this currently. But it could be spreading some rainfall and some lighter snowfall on the order of 1 to maybe 3 inches in those higher elevations. Again, the Cascades and parts of the Rockies through your Tuesday. Going in through the rest of the week, Tuesday, October 29th through Friday, November 1st, we're going to see a big ridge of high pressure still continuing across the east. And this is going to bring unseasonably warm temperatures, if not record high temperatures for many folks. And then across the west, that trough coming in, big dip in the jet stream, probably the strongest trough we have seen this fall season, and this is definitely going to be bringing some below normal temperatures further to the west. And you can see that here's the temperature anomaly map: warmer air to the east and cooler air to the west. And looking at those record highs as we go into Tuesday afternoon, look at all of the boxed out shaded areas here into the Midwest, into the Great Lakes, into the Ohio Valley, the Deep South. We have a lot of areas getting into the 80s, and yes folks, we're into the 80s all the way up into the Twin Cities for Tuesday, and even into Green Bay. So this is definitely unheard of territory. And then further west, it's much cooler. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, notice the boxed out areas up here again: the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, 70s, 80s again, maybe touching 90 further to the south near the Gulf Coast. Wednesday afternoon, cold front comes in on Thursday, so a shock to the system. We're into the 80s tomorrow and on Wednesday in these areas. We're back into the 50s for highs across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes as we go into Thursday and even into Friday there as fall returns across the north. So enjoy the warmer temperatures while they do last. And looking at precipitation, this trough is definitely going to help out in improving our drought conditions across the middle of the country, but it's not going to come all at once, which is good news. We don't want any flooding potential anywhere anytime soon, but we definitely see a lot of rainfall coming back to the picture. Big dip in the jet stream here across the plains. This could lead to the potential of severe weather, especially if this trough can negatively tilt here, bringing in more moisture, more instability from the Gulf of Mexico, streaming up the Mississippi Valley here. So as we go into Tuesday, this is tomorrow, Tuesday, October 29th, low pressure system, pretty strong out here in eastern Colorado, 993 millibars, pretty formidable snowstorm across Wyoming, western Colorado, and Utah, several inches of accumulating snow out here. Going into Wednesday, watching out for some showers and storms in the middle of the country. Wednesday could turn out to be the more significant day for severe weather returning across the central and the southern plains. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Let's look at Tuesday's severe weather threat first. Storm Prediction Center, a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather stretching from the Twin Cities all the way back down here into the Elk City area of Oklahoma. And then as we go into Wednesday, a much larger area of severe weather and upping the ante a little bit. We have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather from around the Kansas City area back down into Tulsa, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Oklahoma City, and maybe as far south as the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex as we go into Wednesday. This could be the day to watch for more tornado potential, especially there in western Missouri, eastern Kansas, Oklahoma, western Arkansas, and North Texas. We'll keep you updated on that. Maybe even an enhanced risk upgrade as we do get closer. Again, we'll keep you updated on that. Going into Thursday, Halloween, maybe some more showers and storms from the Ohio Valley down here into the deep south. Maybe another marginal slight risk day for severe weather here across the Ohio Valley down into the deep south here as well. Then as we go into Friday, we're seeing that cold front streaking across the eastern U.S. Probably not looking at severe weather on Friday, but definitely some remnant showers and storms from the northeast, the I-95 corridor, all the way down into the mid-Atlantic and the southeast. And then our new storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest, spreading out some snowfall in thus higher elevations. Rainfall in those lower elevations such as Seattle, Portland, and even down into Northern California. Rainfall amounts this week, Tuesday, October 29th through Friday, November 1st, and some decent rains to be had across the middle of the country. Some areas could get as lucky as getting a couple inches of rainfall through this week, and that definitely will help improve some of the drought conditions. No drought busting rains, but definitely improving some of the drought conditions out there, and that's what we like to see. Snowfall, the watershed out west, the Cascades, the Rockies, we're going to be seeing several inches of snowfall out here, and some areas could be seeing feet of snow. Very heavy snow though up into southeast Alaska as we go through this week. We could be seeing over 5 feet of snow in some of these areas, so definitely starting to lay out the snowpack further up to the north and west. Going into the weekend, Saturday October 2nd and Saturday November 2nd, Sunday November 3rd. Here I'm getting a little bit behind. The first weekend in November, we're going to see that ridge of high pressure continue to build across the east. Big trough coming in across the west again, and this is going to continue our pattern with more unseasonable warmth across the middle of the country, and we're going to see below normal temperatures out west. And looking at the weekend precipitation maps, maybe some rainfall down across Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, some rainfall, some snowfall here mixing in. The Sierras could be seeing some decent snows as we go into next weekend, and then maybe more severe weather across the southern plains as we go into Sunday. We'll keep a very close eye on that. And overall, we're going to be getting help from the rainfall with the drought conditions building out here in the middle of the country. Always nice to see some rainfall on the maps here, even as we go into the weekend, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that. Snowfall going to be few and far between for the weekend. A lot of that's really going to be falling from Alaska down into Yukon, British Columbia here, so we'll be keeping an eye on that, but maybe a few inches for the Sierras, the Cascades, and the Rockies out west. We'll be keeping an eye on the watershed out there. The tropics, looking at this, the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida has a low probability, a 40% chance of development here in the Central Caribbean Caribbean over the next 5 to 7 days. And right now, it's not much happening here in the Atlantic Ocean. This is the GOES satellite imagery, and you don't see much happening right now, but the synoptic pattern is starting to set up that we have to continue to watch this into early November this weekend. Okay, we're going into the first weekend in November. High pressure ridge over the top. This is in eastern Canada, eastern US, and underneath we're going to be lowering the pressure. We're going to continue to lower the pressure into early next week and even late next week as well. So that's going to set the stage for what could be a tropical cyclone that could develop here in the central or western Caribbean. So let's look at the European ensemble guidance this weekend. You can see maybe trying to see some of the members getting into tropical depression, maybe weak tropical storm force. And then as we go into early next week, there's a lot of variability here. If it does develop at all, maybe a hurricane, maybe a major hurricane, maybe some land interaction could weaken it back to a tropical storm. Really, to take away from this, we really just don't know what will happen. It really depends on if this develops first and foremost, where it goes. If it's over water, it'll be stronger. If it's over land, it'll be weaker. We'll keep an eye on that. The GFS ensemble kind of in the same ballpark this weekend, developing a tropical depression, tropical storm, and maybe a hurricane early next week. And then later next week, watching that for maybe Florida or Cuba or something like that. So we'll keep an eye on that, folks, as we go through the weekend. Plenty of time to watch it. Certainly you don't need to panic or anything like that, but the water temperatures in the Caribbean are pretty warm. So if this system does end up developing in the central or western Caribbean or eastern Caribbean or wherever it may be, down here it's pretty warm, and then as it moves north, maybe some land interaction could weaken it, but still seeing some pretty warm waters there near the Bahamas as well. And overall, going through the first half of November or so, going through November 12th, we're really going to be watching this area in the Caribbean for the potential of tropical cyclone formation. The Climate Prediction Center's watching it, the National Hurricane Center's watching it, and we're watching it right here on Weather on the Go, and we'll keep you updated as we get closer. So thanks for watching, everybody. Welcome back here again to Weather on the Go. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the supporters and subscribers out there. Subscribe to the channel, though, for the latest weather information right at your fingertips. Turn on the post notification bell so you get my latest videos and live streams when I do post them. Like the video by giving it a thumbs up down below, and also leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Monday out there.